Being able to take down your opponent is a necessary skill in Jiu-Jitsu. Today we're going over the double leg takedown and you're going to be an expert after watching this video. Before we get into all the nitty-gritty details of the takedown, let's go over the examples of the moves that you're going to see demonstrated on the best white belt on the planet, Matt as my partner. Takedown 1, double leg to side control. Takedown 2, double leg to mount. Takedown 3, the spear double. Takedown 4, the perfect timing double. And here are some more doubles just because I like slamming Matt. Last thing, if you want to look cool like us and have awesome jiu-jitsu gear, check my link in the description below. Creating openings is crucial if we want to set up any takedown. If our opponent can stop us in our tracks before we even shoot, we're never going to score this takedown. Let's go over some openings that we can use to start our takedowns on our opponent. Inside control is the most important and first aspect of controlling our opponent. If he has his hands on the inside, we cannot clear lanes to make our attacks. We have to make sure to have our hands on the inside before setting up our shots. One of the easiest ties that you can have is to control their bicep with one of your hands and the back of their neck with the other. From here, you can whip your opponent around and you can set up your own takedown. I use this control all the time when my opponent is in the opposite stance and I want to pull him so I can shoot onto my desired side. Another great entry is using an arm drag to go to our double. It's important that I grab the arm that is on the same side as his lead leg. That way I can throw the arm by and immediately enter for my shot. The last opening I love to use is the snap down. We snap our opponents down and then they react by pulling back up, and as they pull up, I shoot under them to finish my takedown. It's important that after I snap him down, he readjusts his posture. I change my level to get underneath him and then I lead with my head. If you made it this far, let's watch me slam Matt with these same openings just for fun. I never get tired of throwing this guy. Number 1, I have inside control and I'm running to the mat. Number 2, I have a beautiful camera angle, I arm drag him, then I double leg Matt into the mat. Number 3, I snap Matt down, I shoot under him, and I hit him so hard with my shoulder that he won't be able to have kids. That's how you know it's a good double. Now you've seen me shoot the takedown, but you're probably wondering, how do I even get to this position? Let's go over the footwork so it all makes sense and you can hit your own double legs. We close the distance by using what's called a penetration step. The penetration step is a heel-toe movement which allows us to close the distance, and then we can bring our knee in between our opponent's legs to offset their balance. As soon as my heel touches the mat, I bring my foot down, I bring the knee in between his legs, and I've used my other leg to follow through. The other leg is very important because it is the power for our shot. We are going to push off of this leg to help us start our power to bring our opponent to the mat. Now we can move on to the double leg finish. This is the best part about it. Look where my head positioning is. My head is high in his armpit. I keep my head high to avoid the guillotines, and I use my head to steer to help my takedown. I make sure to block his hips with my hands so when I start running, he won't be able to stop this takedown because his legs will be compromised. When I go to finish this shot, I have to make sure to get off of my knees so I can run my opponent efficiently. If we stay on our knees, we're never going to secure this takedown. Make sure to get off of your knees and drive off of your foot that was posted on the mat so we can assist with the running. My right leg that is used to enter with the shot also comes up. I bring my right leg up and then I block his knee with my own knee to help me take him down. Now let's get to the fun part. Let's look at all the positions that we can land in after I've tossed Matt and his fancy spats so many times across the mat. The most common finish is to try and land in side control. If we have enough lift, we can pass his legs in the air, and then as we come down, we have a strong side control position to flatten our opponent. If we don't have enough lift, we want to make sure that our knee that comes up is blocking his knee on the way down. This way, when we run, we can go right into side control and keep that same strong position. Another choice is that if we have enough forward drive and we can pinch his legs together, then we can land right above his kneecaps. This means I want to have my hips above his knees and I can look to a figure 4 on the legs to secure mount. This landing is excellent for other sports as well. If you were to land here in MMA and you can pin the legs with the figure 4, this means they're stuck on their back and you can start throwing punches from this position. Or in Jiu-Jitsu, you can move into the regular mount. The next choice is if we have enough pop and we can lift our opponent in the air, we can use our leg to insert a Turk or the half guard position. I bring my leg in while he's mid-air so I can set up this half guard and I can elevate his leg on the way down so he stays flat if he were to try and turn. Landing in mount can be difficult because you have to land in front of your opponent's knees on the way down. It's easier to land in the figure 4, and most likely they're not going to be a limp noodle when you pick them up. You also have to remember that speed is the name of the game for the double leg. If you stop, they're going to be able to move around and you lose a lot of momentum. I prefer to keep driving and to land in side control. If you really want mount, make sure you have a ton of drive so you can completely run them over and get to your desired position. Sometimes you have too much momentum and you won't be able to control the landing, but at least you got them down to the mat. Now let's get into the variations of the double leg. We saw earlier all these other ones I'm hitting on mat. Let's see what I'm doing. One of the variations you should have to your game is the high crotch double leg. My goal here is when I penetrate, I want to bring my right arm in to disable his reproductive organs. Once I hit him hard enough here, I can change the direction of the shot. I first was going forward to initiate the takedown, and then I changed directions to cut an angle and finish my double leg takedown. One of the more brutal finishes is the spear double. I want to change my level and then drive my head right into the sternum. People have broken their sternum from this technique because it was done to them. Make sure to be nice to your partners with this, but go full-fledged in a tournament. Alternatively, if you have somebody like Matt, feel free to just blast it on them even if they are a teammate. The spear double is great because I'm safe from submissions. My head's in an excellent spot so I won't get guillotined, and I can always pull away if I don't want to enter. The last variation is the perfect timing double. This happens when I pull my opponent into me and I shoot at the correct time. By shooting at the correct time, I don't need to run him over, he's going to fall over me instead. It's important that I stay low so I give him enough space to fall over me. I need to stay low to attack his stomach. Now that we've seen the variations, let's watch them in action once again. I start off with my regular double leg. I immediately enter in on mat and I land in side control. Then I go again and I land in mount. Then I go for the spear double after a snap. Then I hit him with a nice timing double leg. Then I do some more double legs just because I like tossing Matt around the mat. As we wrap up, we can see the double leg is a very wonderful takedown. It's great for bringing your opponent to the mat, it has a lot of power behind it, and it lands us in some safe positions. Just make sure you do everything right in the video so you don't get guillotined or caught in other submissions. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below what you think you might need help with. Also, remember, if you want awesome gear, go to X Marshall, follow the link in my description. Thanks to all my current patrons, and thanks for watching.